All right. What is going on, everyone? How's it going? We're back yet again with some more shiny hunting, but this time today we're back at a hunt that it's been what, like 2 weeks, I think, since last time we took this one, but we are gonna get back into looking for one of the revered and almighty shiny legendary Pokemon gods. And that'll do it for the intro. We'll just hop right into it. Get this thing, get this show rolling, get us on track. We need another shiny. It has been entirely way too freaking long. I need to turn on the timer. We do have 3 hours on the board today. It is going to be a little bit of a longer stream, assuming that I, keep keep it going for that long. Sometimes I do get, not gonna lie, a little bored, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to sit here for 3 hours. I'm kind of done, but we'll see. I'll try and persevere and move on, get things trucking, get things rolling. Like I said, we really need a freaking shiny. It has been far too long since we've gotten a full odd shiny. We did get some cute charm glitch shinies the other day, so we have increased our total of shinies caught for this Shiny Living Dex. We got it all the way up to the magic number of 69, baby. If that's not the lucky number to get some shinies, I don't know what is. Maybe I should have gone to, no, never mind. Not going to rethink things. I'm not going to overthink. 69, that's definitely got to be the magic number for us to get a nice shiny legendary here today. I'm thinking, as always, it's going to be Dialga. I just really feel it in my bones. Dialga is going to be our buddy and come through for us. And then, is there anyone other than Dialga? No, Dialga's like really calling my name. Like, I feel like that is 100% the one that we're getting today. That has got to be it. And then what else is there to say? I guess in all reality, I would like for Giratina to be the one that we get. I mean, there's a reason why on the thumbnail I have Giratina front and center, the showstopper, the big attention grabber right there in the middle with the nice little shiny sparkles on it, because Giratina Giratina has one of the best shinies of all time. Giratina might be the best shiny Pokemon out there. For the longest time, Giratina was my favorite. Love shiny Giratina. Aegislash has taken over recently, but shiny Giratina is in fact very freaking nice. That's interesting. The power light on one of my DS's over there was like kind of flickering, it was flashing. I don't know what that was about. Interesting. I don't have something to do with like the game starting up. That was weird. Oh well. I need to real quick before we get going too much longer. I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm actually gonna put out a little bit of a whatchamacallit channel community note thingamabobber, whatever you call them. Letting everyone know that we are in fact live. So I'm going to that. I'm go over here. I'm going to go meant to do this earlier, but of course I forgot because I forget everything. I have the worst memory in the world. There's a reason why Emily tells me I have the memory of a goldfish, because, well, it's true. I cannot remember anything to save my life. But that should be all good. All right, there we go. The people have been put on notice. We are live and going right here, right now. All right, so we can hop back right into this. Get the timer going again, get our counter up, which, it's just a calculator. Like, that's all I have for counting my my shinies. It's just my calculator capture and OBS, and then I kind of like remove the background, add a new kind of clearer background, or I guess more opaque you would call it. I've seen some other people, like other streamers and stuff, who have like fancier counters and stuff like that. I don't really know the best wording to like call them other than counters. But I really don't know how that. Also, I need to be faster about these resets. I am very slow when it comes to these resets. I don't know why. I think it's because I oftentimes forget that I can reset as soon as they come on screen and I can see that they're not shiny. Like, I don't have to wait, But for some reason, my brain is just like, oh, we're going to wait a second. And it's like, well, actually, you can probably get going. You'll probably be fine. But yeah, I see people with these like fancier counters and stuff that they like automatically can update in real time. And I'm like, how do you do that? Am I just dumb? Like, how does that work? A little notification threw me off there. Yeah, I'm like, how does that work? Like, I haven't experimented with it too much. I mean, I literally just I just took the calculator app from my computer and started capturing it. Same with my timer. It's just the stopwatch app. Nothing real fancy around these parts. But hey, it works. It works. This hunt is surprisingly, I gotta say, this hunt is surprisingly not that popular. You would think this hunt would be more, people would find it more interesting, but no, for some reason, I don't know. I gotta be honest, I'm a tiny bit worried that my channel's gonna die when I get Shiny Tepig. Like, I'm the taddest bit worried. Okay, what is going on? Like, not, like, it's like one DS at a time doesn't want to react to my, whatchamacallit, my controller. What is going on? Do I need to bring y'all in closer? Like, why are we so unresponsive here? Yeah, like I was saying, I'm a little bit concerned that my channel is just gonna die. I mean, it's you know, not massive by any means, not overly active in the grand scheme of things, but goodness, it seems like for some reason over the last few months, the only thing that can like bring people in on the channel is the Tepig hunt. It's like, that's it. It's so weird. Now, I know when I first started, it was like the only thing I was hunting, you know, the only thing I was really streaming, and I would occasionally throw other stuff into the mix. But when I would occasionally throw that other stuff into the mix, it was still like doing fine, you know. But as of lately, like the last 2 months or so, it just doesn't seem like YouTube is pushing my streams to anyone other than the Tepig ones. Like the Tepig ones do fine, like they do, you know, as expected, but everything else just seems to struggle in terms of like reach. For some reason, they're just not being, I don't know what's up. It's kind of weird. Like, shoot, when was this? Last week or whatever? You know, I started off with the Victini hunt. I started that off as the hunt for the day. And, you know, decent, tiny bit of traction came through here or there. But then, as soon as I changed it over to hunting for Tepig, oh, what do you know? All of a sudden, it starts picking up. I don't know what it is. It is weird. It's like YouTube has just said like, oh, hunting Shiny Tepig, that's your thing. That's the thing we're going to tell everyone about, and nothing else. It's just like, okay, well, what do I do once I get Shiny Tepig? Am I screwed? Who knows, who knows, but this is real interesting. I think this happened the last time I streamed this hunt as well. Like I was here forever before, and I know I'm complaining about like the most unnecessary and like probably bitchy thing to complain about when it comes to like doing this stuff. Like it doesn't matter, who cares? But I don't know. I get in my own head because I want to know if I'm doing something wrong. I get all up in my own head like, what am I doing wrong? Like why were things going well for a second and now things are like not doing as well? Like what am I doing? Like that's what it is. I get in my own head and I'm like, what do I need to do to improve, to like make things better? But you know, when it comes to social media and algorithms and stuff like YouTube, I'm sure that there are 100% ways that I can improve and get better. But at the same time, a lot of it is kind of just up to the algorithm. You're kind of, you know, at the mercy of what they want to push out. So I don't know. I guess we're going to be here for a second, just kind of throwing off some resets. Hopefully someone joins in at some point. Goodness. Because I do get a little bored by myself in here. I do get a little bored. I do. Like almost going for 10 minutes and like it's just not being pushed out to anyone. What is going on? I should probably pause the timer while I'm doing this. All right, I think I'm good. Yeah, I think we're good there. Changing the title of the stream real quick, like just real quick. Okay, what is going on? Why are these DSs not responding? And that is like the one with Dialga on it is the closest DS to me. That is the one that should have the like least interference, at least reason to not be picking up the signal. Like, what is happening? Like it's all of them not really working super well. Just being weird. Boom, 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 boom. I need to get on the ball with the resets more. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of like I'm just so tepig pilled or like so in the zone with other hunts. Like for some reason when the legendaries pop up on the screen, my first instinct is not to reset when I realize they're not shiny. It's like I get distracted or like my brain starts to wander and I'm just like I kind of forget what I'm doing or something. I don't know. I need to be on the ball and reset faster when I realize we don't actually have a shiny. But I also do get paranoid specifically for Palkia because the other three, I think I would pretty quickly be able to tell if they were shiny on the screen. I think it would pop up to me very fast and I'd be like, oh shit, that's shiny right there. But Palkia, I get a little worried with Palkia. Like the shiny is not the biggest difference in the world from the regular. So if I'm not careful, I might just overlook shiny Palkia and reset on it, and really don't want to do that. So I do take a little bit of extra time checking them out. I swear I need to get someone who can just like really crack the small of my back up here. Like I feel like from my mid back up into my like lower neck, just like a part of me that just never gets like worked out or released. And I just feel like I need someone to really give me a good like just like really press in there, kind of bend it, or I don't know what the wording would be for it. I just need someone to loosen me up. Probably need a deep tissue massage, specifically in my upper back and shoulder area. Now, do I feel like paying for that? No, not at all. Not one bit. Especially considering I've been paying so much to go to the freaking regular doctor, you know, I guess massage therapist. I don't think you gotta be a doctor to do that. But yeah, freaking doctor's bills, God, they just pile up. There's just all over the place here, there, and it's like I feel like sometimes I know what they're charging me for, then sometimes just random things pop up and I'm like, is that this? And like I don't know. It's just so strange. And like the portal that they use to like make payments through, it's like, I think I know what the bill is for. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you should look into that and, you know, be more diligent and yada, yada, yada. But like, it just gets annoying. It gets annoying. Yeah, Manuel, I saw your message from the last stream. Thanks for letting me know about that, and congrats on the Victini. That's awesome. That's really awesome to hear. Makes me much more excited and more like gung-ho about the Victini hunt, so I don't have to worry about if it actually works or not. Like the big thing with my doctor's stuff is like, because I'm doing these like weekly allergy shots, they're not like super expensive. It's like, I don't know, $8 to $10 a week or something like that. But it's just like things get randomly like the price within the payment portal. Why are you not responding? What is going on here? Whatchamacallit? Did I check to see if no, Arceus is not shiny locked. It's all good. Arceus is all good to be shiny hunted. They didn't really start good lord, words. They didn't really start shiny locking stuff until Gen 5. There might be the occasional Pokemon that's like shiny locked. Yep, I decided after the last Cute Charm stream, or it kind of just worked out that way, that we were getting close to 69 as the number of shinies we have on us. But yeah, it wasn't intentional. I really, in the last stream, I was trying to get like 40 shinies and we got 10. So I swear, today has been the worst day for the response between my controller and these games. Like every single one of them is having some kind of issue. It's just weird. Yeah, we just happened to land on the nice number. The very nice number. I've been contemplating keeping it there. Like, how long do I want to keep us at 69 out of 649? Just because it's funny, you know, it's funny. It is what it is. It's kind of funny. It's haha chuckles. But probably won't be that long. In fact, probably next Monday I'll jump back into more Cute Charm glitch hunting. So yeah, unless if we if we get a shiny today, then we'll obviously go up to 70. But if not, we'll be going past 69 next stream most likely. It really depends. It depends on what I'm feeling. We might go back to doing Tepig next week. I really do want to try and start really catching a bunch of Cute Charm glitch Pokemon just to really flesh out the Shiny Living Dex some more. I swear on everything. But yeah, what I was saying, like medical bills, yeah, not fun. They're not fun. They're annoying. They are inconvenient and just all over the place. And it's only going to get worse because I'm going to a friggin' physical therapist soon too. Through the same hospital network that I've been going to the doctor for. So I'm sure that's just going to be real swell and dandy thing to deal with. You know, I got to give real kudos to the kind of people who are like diligent enough and dedicated enough to fight with like insurance or whatever to try and lower stuff or people are diligent enough to like call in and talk with their insurance company and try and figure things out and fight for it and this, that, the other. And I'm not like, yeah, I probably should be, but unfortunately my entire life I've been more of a, I don't like being stressed. I don't like things stressing me out. So I'm just like, you know what? As long as it's not, absolutely killing me, whatever. I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to think about it. I just kind of want to out of sight, out of mind, just get it over with. It is what it is. I'm not going to go crazy over it. I got enough stuff in my life that is constantly on the mind. I'm constantly thinking about, constantly worrying about, trying to figure out. So I tend to take the road, not road less traveled. Not, what is that, Robert Frost? I tend to take the easier road if it is available to me. I feel like one of these have got to shine soon. One of these have got to be shiny soon. We can't have two hunts that are going crazy, being real difficult. I know it kind of works out that way because, Totodile was pretty fast. Squirtle and Cyndaquil were insanely fast. It makes sense. Okay, we've done 3 really quick full odds hunts. So like, yeah, Tepig is taking forever. Might make more, makes sense to have another hunt take a long time, but I feel like we got to have another one that's not too bad because we're at 4,400 total Pokemon seen across all the resets, so we're over half odds. We're in the last half of going to odds. We got to be getting a shiny here soon. Because Totodile was kind of in the same boat. Totodile was like around half odds. Trying to get a good pop through my back. Come on now. I'm trying to loosen that up. So, Totodile was around half odds, which I guess, it was like for total Pokemon seen because we were counting like all 3 at the same time. So, across 4,000 something total starters seen, we got Totodile. I guess Squirtle was actually the fastest in terms of total encounters of Pokemon. Squirtle was like 400. What? I honestly don't even remember now how much Squirtle was. And Cyndaquil was like 600, counting all the. I guess since we were specifically looking for Cyndaquil, it was only like 200, so it was pretty fast. But you learned that Yanmega learned Swords Dance. Nice. I didn't know that. I don't ever use Yanmega. I've never really used Yanma either. It's like one of those Pokemon I just don't have any experience with in like game. I think I've probably used it in showdown random battles before, but I've never intentionally gone out of my way to like use Yanma or Yanmega for something. They're cool Pokemon, I like them. I think they're cool designs, cool ideas. Kind of wish that they kind of would like Yanmega to get a Mega. That's the whole issue with Yanmega is the fact that it has Mega in its name. So I don't think they're ever going to give it a Mega because then it's just too much Mega. Mega Yanmega, as like fun as that sounds, I think they would just not want that. But I wish it could get one and become a dragon bug type. I know that's what everyone wants Flygon to be. Like, it just makes more sense, I think, for Yanmega than Flygon. Like, yeah, Flygon has the little eye cover things that look like very buggy, but it's not really because it's a bug. Well, I mean, I guess Vibrava is very bug looking, like extremely bug looking. But I don't really think Flygon looks like a bug. Yeah, it has the little cups over its eyes, but that's more because it's supposed to be like sand goggles than anything. It's not like tinted lens of a bug or like bug lenses or something like that. So I think that Yanmega would make more sense as a bug dragon type. I do think it's crazy that that is one of the like few dual typings we've never gotten yet. Like, I feel like it'd be so easy to make a bug dragon type Pokemon. And yeah, for some reason, it's like just not one we've ever gotten. Same with what? Bug normal? That's also a type we've never had, I think. Again, feels like you could easily come up with a bug normal type. Yeah, something is bothering my eyes right now. Good lord. Yeah. I don't know what's got me messed up over here, but something is bothering me. Goodness. Man, my foot is like, I'm just a freaking ball of issues over here. But what's new? What is new? My body has been betraying me for a while now. Now, granted, I've probably been betraying my body as well. I have not been active enough. I've not been eating super well, so it's probably as much on me. It's all on me. But yeah. I'll hopefully get it all worked out soon, though. Get it all worked out soon. Be careful not to accidentally hit another button. Why is my freaking DS down here in the bottom right just not responding properly like all the other ones are? This is really strange. This does not seem to want to work. Also, this freaking thing I got going on with my right arm. It's like something I had going on a long time ago. I haven't had this weird like issue with my right elbow. There's something I had going on years ago, and it kind of worn off and gone away. Now all of a sudden, the last few days, it like came back. It's really strange. Like every time I think I have one thing worked out, another thing pops up. You know, I'm thinking I had been doing for a while the I've been waiting for Arceus to catch up because it takes a second for Arceus to actually get going with the encounter. But I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spam through and we'll encounter the other 3 before Arceus comes up. That way I get the time to like observe to see if Palkia is shiny while Arceus is still loading, and then I can very easily tell if Arceus is shiny or not, because like the white to yellow is a very noticeable change. That way I'm not really waiting as much because I don't got to yeah, just kind of eliminate the sitting still and waiting part of the reset. So that should help things get going a little bit better. It's like, yeah, I can easily tell that those 3 are not shiny. And then as soon as Arceus pops up, you can tell it's not shiny and you can just reset and get going. Leave Arceus separately. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, but like, I don't know. My need for order, I don't like the idea of only having 3 DSs going on. Like, I like the uniformity of having 4. You know. Like when I think about it, like just in my gut, my feeling is like, I either want to have 1 DS going, so 1 screen, 2 DSs, or 4. I don't know, just having 3 up there, just kind of like, I don't know what it is. Now, I guess I could, you know, get around all that by just doing like, I could do all Dialga on 4 of them, all Palkia, all Giratina, and then, yeah, I could work around that. But like, I just thought it'd be fun to do all 4 at the same time, because like, you know, they're just the creation trio plus God, so it's just kind of like, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to do all 4. Fun little gimmick hunt. I mean, I am the kind of person that like I have to leave the volume on even numbers. Like, you know, on my computer right now, the volume is 4. 5 is fine. 5s are different. It's like it's either even numbers or 5. So, you know, the numbers between any odd numbers that aren't integrals of 5, I just, yeah, no. And then like in my truck doesn't have like numbers on the volume switch. It's just kind of like little ticks that shows it going up. But there are like bigger ticks at every interval of 5. And so when I change the volume on my truck, I can only leave the volume on those little tick intervals, the like bigger ones. It's just how I've always been. Like, Emily's not like that at all. Emily will turn up the volume on the TV and we'll leave it on an odd number. I'm just like, please give me the remote. That's going to kill me. Like, put it on 36 or 38. Like, no, 37? Absolutely not. Stop. Oh, I got back into the habit of waiting. But also when it comes to this hunt, I'm kind of stuck with this for the long haul. I did actually consider, oh, nice little whistle tone coming through my tooth right there, goodness. I did consider breaking this hunt into different hunts, like doing only Giratina, doing Dialga versus Palkia, then like only doing Arceus, or doing like Arceus versus Giratina, and then just Dialga versus Palkia. You know, I considered changing it up, but I did spend like $100 something on a custom thumbnail for the 4-way hunt, so I'm kind of committed to just keeping this the way it is now, because, well, I have a thumbnail made, so whenever we get a shiny out of here, you know, one of these shines, I have a thumbnail that is ready to go. I've used the thumbnail a few times for this the live streams, but I kind of decided that I want to, well, I can never make up my mind on thumbnails. I go back and forth between like, oh, I really like the artistic drawy thumbnails for the stream. Then I'm like, oh, well, actually, I'll just do sprite-based thumbnails for the stream. And then we'll do the more artistic ones for the videos. And Yeah, all this, that, the other. Yeah, I mean, it's custom drawn. Like, it's not just someone pieced it together with stock art and then pay someone to just go on Google and throw art together. Like, it was custom drawn by someone. So it was probably not even like the amount of time they spent on the drawing. Like, it probably wasn't even $10 an hour. Like, I imagine they probably spent, well, it probably was right around that. They probably spent about 10 hours working on the thumbnail, I would imagine. They might have been faster. I really don't know how quickly they're able to pump out a thumbnail, but no, before, like, the thumbnail that I bought for this was the first thumbnail I've ever paid someone to make. I thought it was going to be more than that. Like, I went into it thinking like, oh, 200, 250 for like a basic thumbnail, and then like you go up from there. But no, they were it was like 100 something, yeah. I also have a custom thumbnail made by the same person. I have a custom thumbnail made for the Tepig hunt. So once we finally find Tepig, I have a thumbnail for the video. They only charged me $95 for that one, but it wasn't as detailed as the one that I had made for this hunt right here. Also, they were kind of a little late, or not late. It just took them a while to get around to it. They like got backed up on things, so they were just kind of nice and said that they'll give me like a $5 discount from the normal price. Which, not that it really mattered. We haven't gotten Tepig yet, so it's not like I've been waiting for the thumbnail. So it's really all good. But for the most part, I like making my own thumbnails. It's a process I enjoy. I'm not great at it. I can't draw to save my life, so I have to be the one to like pull together stock art and, you know, just kind of mishmash things together and try and make it work. I can't draw to save my life. But for certain things, you know, for this one, I kind of just wanted to give it a shot because I had an idea for a thumbnail for this that I was like, I know I cannot make this properly. Like, I will not do justice to the idea I have in my head, so I had someone make it for me. And as for the Tepig, it was just like, this hunt has been going on for so long. It's such a big deal for me in the channel. Like, it should get its own special thumbnail by someone who can actually draw. And actually, I do have a video idea in mind. What is going on? Why, like, my DSs are just not cooperating today. Imagine if Sonic 4 releasing. Well, I hope to God I'm not still looking for Tepig by then. I certainly do hope that is not the case. Because if that were to happen, that might be the longest shiny hunt in history. And I mean, shoot, honestly, like, if we even get to a year on the Tepig hunt, okay, like, this is just the strangest thing. My DSs are not responding like normal today. They just don't want to work. If we even get to a year on the Tepig hunt, then I don't know, I will be very tempted to just move on and start Masuda method hunting for it. Like, I've never had all of my DSs have such a collective issue receiving the signal from my controller. This is crazy. What is going on today with these things? Oh, I mean, I know it's not shiny locked, so. Certainly feels like it at this point, but I know it is not. We're just being very unlucky. Like, go, come on, what is happening? This is getting ridiculous. But we will get there one day. Well, it'll happen eventually. I have faith. We will find Tepig soon. I mean, shoot, my birthday's coming up. Like, my birthday's in a little over a month. Maybe Tepig's waiting to give me a good birthday present. Who knows? I got so into the habit of waiting for the Arceus thing to go through. I just need to get back to spamming the A button. Oh, what was I saying? I think I was saying something before I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, I have a video idea that I've actually recorded a bit of. I wasn't actively recording anything. There's like some battles involved. I did it again. I just got so into the routine of waiting for the Arceus. Yeah, it's not a shiny related video. It's like battling these tournaments in the Pokemon World Tournament. So I actually did all the World Tournament battles so far. I just need to record all the intro, do the editing for the intro, and then edit up and record a commentary over the battles. Also need to get a thumbnail made for the video, because the thumbnail I have in mind for the video, I 1,000,000% cannot make myself. Like, I could make a dumbed down version of the thumbnail that I have in mind, but like, what I have in mind, I need a true artiste to accomplish. Unfortunately, all I can do is visualize. I cannot put it down on paper. That is not the talent I have. Well, luckily for us, I am not resetting for Snivy or Oshawott. Once we get Tepig, I don't think I'm resetting for any more starters. I had the idea that I would reset for Shiny Mudkip and Ruby and Sapphire, but I don't know. The more time it takes for me to really get going into the Shiny Living Dex, the more I'm like, I don't know if I can afford those long hunts with those really high odds. Like, I gotta hunt things in the most efficient way possible. So, which I guess, like, there's some hunts that I'm still planning on doing that, like, yeah, I could technically do them more efficiently, but because of like what they are, you know, hunting them differently than I could or should, whatever. But yeah, I haven't completely written off doing the Shiny Mudkip hunt. I still have the games at the starter selection. What I need is to get a new save battery for the or internal battery. It's not really save battery anymore. I need to get a new battery for all my copies of Ruby and Sapphire, because they're all dead, which makes shiny hunting, reset hunting in particular, basically impossible. But once I get that battery situation sorted out, I might do a Tepig hunt. Or not Tepig, Mudkip. Got Tepig on the brain, always. But what's your opinion on Pink Swampert? I really like Pink Swampert. I think I think the whole line is a very good shiny. Actually, I did a shiny starter tier list just the other day. I posted it as a video, so if you want to get my opinions on any of the shiny starter Pokemon, well, there you go. I got a video about it. But yeah, I mean, I put the whole shiny Mudkip line in the second to highest tier. I didn't quite put it up there as like one of the best of the shiny starters. It's really good. It was like very close to being up there, but I decided, you know what, I'll just leave it as a very good top tier shiny, but not like the best of the best. Because at the end of the day, a lot of water type Pokemon get pink shinies like that. Pinkish purple. It's not exactly a unique shiny for water type Pokemon. Like what? Vaporeon has basically the same shiny. The Spheal line is basically the same shiny. Kyogre is the same shiny. There are just a lot of water Pokemon that get the kind of pinkish purple. So because of like the lack of diversity in that, I think that is what held me back on putting Swampert as like the highest tier of shininess amongst the starters. There's probably more. I didn't even name all of them really. What, Lapras? Lapras basically has the same shiny too. The Wailord has basically the same shiny. Like, there are a lot of water type Pokemon that go from blue. Oh, what is going on here? I got moving all over the place. Yeah, there's a lot of water Pokemon that can go to purple, pinkish. I guess it's just a really easy color swap that they think makes sense. What is going on? Why are the games down there taking so long to get loaded? Oh, gotta press the A button. I forgot about that. But speaking of tier lists, I actually do have another tier list up and ready to go. If we ever get around to if we're interested in that, you know, I have it ready to go today if we want to do it. I had it ready to go the other day when we were doing the Victini hunt, or other day, I mean last Friday. But I decided it just wasn't feeling like the right time. Also, kind of going to space out the tier list a little bit, not do them all just immediately off the rip. But I do have another tier list for the shiny mythicals. It is all the mythical Pokemon. It's not, obviously not nearly as many mythicals as there are starters, so it would be a lot quicker of a tier list to make and go through. But I was planning on doing it during the Victini hunt, because obviously Victini is a mythical, but then decided not to. It would still apply today because Arceus is a mythical. Now granted, there are three non-mythical Pokemon that we're also hunting today, and maybe would have made more sense to do just like box art legendaries, because we got 3 box art legendaries versus 1 mythical. But I didn't think ahead on that and don't have a box art legendary tier list made, so mythicals is what we got. Yeah, certainly at some point, maybe like halfway through the stream, so in like 45 minutes, maybe take a little break and switch over to that tier list for a second. It won't take, I was really surprised how long it took me to tier all the starters. Like, I thought it was going to be like a 20, maybe 30 minute little endeavor. It took me an hour. It took me a whole hour. But, you know, doing all the mythicals will probably take about 15 to 20 minutes. There's substantially less of them than the starters. And then what also held me up on the starters was the fact that all the starters from the first 2 generations had multiple shinies, because in generation 2 there were different shinies for Pokemon versus going forward. So there were like a bunch of extra shinies, and then, you know, all the starters, they all have their own forms and stuff. And yeah, there's just a lot going on with the starter group. Whereas the mythicals, they're much more contained. There's only like a couple of forms. Most of the form changes don't even really change the shiny. So like you don't even like, what was it? Shaman. Basically, yeah, the forms are a bit different. They look a tiny bit, you know, different. Shaman Sky has like more red on it, but still, it's the same exact shiny. So like, I just included one of them, not both of them. I can't remember if did I do both Hoopas? Did I do regular Hoopa and Unbound? I might have done both of them on the tier list. Yeah, I won't pull it up yet. It's like I could pull it up right now and look at it, but I won't do that. Crut, what up, what up? Thanks for dropping on in, and thank you. But do you know something funny about Shaman? No, I do not. What's funny about Shaman? All right, les shiny legends. Let's get something rolling here. I want to see a freaking shiny. I have been deprived of a shiny for too long. A full odd shiny, I should say. I need that adrenaline. I need that spike in what I can't remember. I'm blanking completely. Spike in, what is the freaking word I'm looking for here? Come on. Brain work. Good lord. I'm having the biggest brain fart ever. Like, there's a certain word, serotonin. Spike in serotonin. I was like, I was racking my brain for that word. I was like, I know it. It's there. What is going on? Come on. Give it to me. I need that spike in serotonin for I almost said estrogen instead of serotonin. I almost said I need that spike in estrogen. No, serotonin. Getting a shiny. If you somehow manage to freeze Shaman Sky, probably do not. It turns back to its regular form, which has a natural piercing. I did not know that. How does it turn back into its regular form? Because what? Yeah, how does that work? How does it turn back into its regular form by being frozen? That's interesting dynamic. Is it like something they coded in there because like you obviously can't fly if you're frozen? Was that their thing? Because it becomes a grass flying type. You freeze it, can't fly anymore, so it goes back to being a grass type. That is certainly something I was not aware of. Goodness gracious, goodness gracious. That'd be a really interesting glitch, because it's like, how does that glitch, how would that glitch even work? Because it's not like Shaman changes form in battle. Like, you change Shaman's form out of battle. So like, was there some kind of leftover mechanic to change Shaman's form within battle that is somehow triggered by freeze? It's just, that would be just a really weird interaction. It's not like a wishy-washy form or whatever, where like the form can change within battle. Like that is I feel like a pretty hard locked form change in once you're in battle. I wonder what happened there. Unless it was, like I said, unless it was intentional. Unless their idea was, you know, a frozen shaman cannot fly anymore, so therefore it is not a flying type. Stretching out just a little bit, keeping loose, keeping limber. Oh, excuse me, goodness. Arceus just being a little drama queen over there. Taking entirely too long. So fun little pickup today. Got these in the mail, which was pretty exciting. So I guess I'll show off these two first. I have 2 more copies of Black and White. You know, they're Japanese. They're not English copies. Let me get this reset off real quick. So I got another copy of Black and White, which I needed a Japanese version of White, whichever one is White. This one. So I needed a Japanese version of this. I already had a Japanese version of Black, but I got these 2 in the cases. So that was a pretty nice pickup because eventually like pretty soon, I'm going to transfer over the Tepig Hunt from Black 2, White 2 over to Black and White. So I needed a couple more copies of the Japanese games to get going on that hunt. And then I picked up a Japanese copy of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So these are pretty sweet. Trying to pay attention to my resets and talk at the same time. Yeah, I have an English copy of Soul Silver, so I needed a copy of Heart Gold in some capacity. And the English one's way too expensive, so I started looking into Japanese. Actually I got all these from the same seller. I found a seller with Japanese Heart Gold, so I was like, sweet, that'll work. Go with that instead of an English one for now. They also had a Japanese copy of Soul Silver, so I said, shoot. Picked that up already, so whenever I do manage to get around to getting an English copy of Heart Gold, I'll just have all 4. So what, that gives me 4. I got those 4 DS games. I have a Japanese Pearl over here. I have 4 of you right there on my desk. Wasn't there another one somewhere around here? What am I doing? Did I reset off? Where was my where's my Japanese version of Black? Where did that go? Oh, I said Soul Silver on top of that. Okay. So what, I got 4 here, 4 there, so that's 8, 12, 13. I got a 17 total Nintendo DS Pokemon games. Between Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Black and White, Black 2, White 2. Just a few copies. I guess I virtually have 2 copies of each at this point. I think the only games I don't have 2 copies of are Heart Gold and Diamond. I don't have an English copy of Diamond. Yeah. Just slowly adding entirely too many Pokemon games to my collection. All for the sake of trying to get this Shiny Living Dex. Like before I started this Living Dex journey, I did not have... I think I had a quarter of these games. Like I picked up 3/4 of my Pokemon game collection just because of doing this Shiny Living Dex here. Let's see, what all games have I bought? Because I bought Japanese Black 2, White 2. I bought Japanese Black twice, one copy of Japanese White. I already had Soul Silver, so I bought, what, Japanese Platinum, Japanese Diamond. I already had Pearl. And then what I'm trying to, what, is that all of it? I think it was all of it. Oh, I guess I've also bought, non-DS games as well, so. What we got? Japanese Fire Red and Leaf Green, Japanese Ruby Sapphire. And they've also bought an English copy of Fire Red recently. I guess I did also buy a copy of English White 2. So, yeah, these Pokemon games are a pretty penny. I've had to put collecting Pokemon cards a little bit on the back burner while picking up all these games. I say a little bit. I have picked up, you know, other Pokemon cards here or there, not just games. For the briefest of seconds, I thought I saw a shiny Palkia down there. Got this little Dragonite boy right here today. Nice little Happy Meal card, which is right. Are you still considering getting? I'm not getting every Happy Meal Pokemon card. That was never that was never the goal. I just purely wanted the Dragonite for my Dragonite Master Collection, and luckily there's only one, so I got that picked up today. I thought about actually going to McDonald's and getting Happy Meals, but for one, there's no guarantee I pull a Dragonite, so I don't really feel like buying a whole slew of Happy Meals trying to pull one Dragonite. And then it's like, yeah, there's a Happy Meal box that has Dragonite on it, which would be kind of cool to have, but at the same time, I don't really care that much for it as part of the collection. Also, I don't really know where I would put it, so I don't know. I might buy one eventually. But I'm good with just having, I need to put that Dragonite card in my binder with all my other Dragonites. And then yesterday I went by my local card shop after my doctor's appointment and found this beautiful Dox Bun. Oh, you can't really see it too well on the small camera down there, but the beautiful Dox Bun SIR card, which I thought, you know what? I have 2 Dachshunds, I might as well pick up the nice Dox Bun card. It fits. Also goes along with this Fido plushie we found at GameStop the other day. You know, one of my Dachshunds is all blonde, so the Fido looks just like him, and then my other Dachshund is brown and tan and black and all that. So Dox Bun matches him decently well, not like perfectly, but fairly well. So picking up some items for my dogs recently. Yeah, luckily there's nothing really to buy with the Dragonite collection at the moment in terms of cards, because I have every card, so, well, I don't have all the Japanese ones or anything like that, so there are you know, 1.5 million Dragonite cards that I could additionally buy to go along with my English Master collection, but at the moment I'm just not really feeling it. There was a time when I was really gung-ho about getting all the Japanese cards. Eventually, maybe, we'll see. But I do need to get all the Dragonair and Dratini cards. Like, I don't have those completed. I kind of would like that to go along with the Dragonite, but who knows when I'll get around to that. As long as I keep spending money on more Pokemon games, I probably won't be buying that many cards. At least not as many cards as I normally do. You know, picking up that Dragonite and that Dox Bun, that might be the only Pokemon cards I get for the month. I say might. I don't know if I'll keep to that. There may come a point where I get bored and I'm like, you know what? I want to buy some more cards. But as of right now, probably not. But I also do let my impulse. Oh, I'm basically just saying the same thing I just said. Just have to control my impulses. It is really difficult because when I have to go to the doctor every Thursday for my allergy shots, and I could technically go a different direction and not go by my local card shop on the way home, but like it's an easier drive. I don't have to think as much because the other way I could take would be like getting on the highway, and sometimes I just don't feel like doing that. I like taking a more leisurely stroll just like through town, not having to deal with the highway traffic. Especially because I get out of my doctor's appointment very close to quitting time for work, so traffic starts getting a bit worse around the 3:30, 4 o'clock time-ish. So it's just easier to take the route that goes directly by my local card store. So it is always tempting every single Thursday when I'm leaving to stop by there. I just gotta refrain, pull back my impulses. What's it been? Surprisingly, only 100 total resets in the last hour. I don't know why I thought I remembered this hunt being faster. Maybe I'm just going slow. I'm talking too much and doing other things, but I just thought I remembered this hunt being a little wee bit faster than this. But speaking of the Dragonite collection, I get the feeling that Emily is getting me something Dragonite related for Valentine's Day. Because earlier today, she walks in here, I think it was actually right before I started streaming, or maybe like an hour before. She walks in and she goes, "You still like Dragonite, right?" I'm sitting here like, yes, I still like Dragonite. Why do you ask? And she goes, "Oh, no reason." Because she is still trying to find me something for Valentine's Day. So I think she might be grabbing me something Dragonite related. Which will be welcome. Let's see, the last time I think she got me something Dragonite related for a holiday or for just a gift in general, she got me my Dragonite hoodie that I wear on occasion. But that was for what, like Christmas? Or like second Christmas together. I think we'd been together for like over a year. So yeah, that was in 2020. I guess when she got that Dragonite hoodie for me. And then I think she got me, no, I definitely bought that big Dragonite right there. She might have bought me some other Dragonite. Or did her mom and brother buy me a Dragonite plushie one time for something? I don't remember. Anyways, let's see. Imagine she buys you an Espeon Plus. That would be nice. I certainly would not mind that. I love me some Espeon. That is my third favorite Pokemon, but I don't think she knows that. I don't think she would know to go for Espeon. She knows about Weavile. She did get me a cup with Weavile on it. She knows I like Weavile as well. But I've never really expressed overly how much I like Espeon to her. Which, to be fair, like, the difference between my top two favorite Pokemon and, like, my, the rest of the list is fairly big. Like, I obviously really like the other Pokemon that are in, like, the top 10 of my favorites. I feel like something up here really needs to pop. I can't get it to go. But like the amount that I like, the amount that I like Dragonite over Weavile is a pretty big margin. Like Dragonite is by far my favorite Pokemon. And then there's Weavile, who I like a lot. And then there's like, there is again another like fairly decent gap, but it's not as big of a gap between like Dragonite and Weavile as there is between like Weavile and Espeon. So like it's not, I don't really talk about Espeon all too much. I think she's joined into a stream one time and watched and said something in chat, but normally no, I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. I don't know if she lurks and watches and I don't know, but she's never really mentioned it. Plus, honestly, I think there's just other things she'd rather be watching or doing with her time. And like, if she really wanted to watch me stream, she would probably just come in here and sit on the floor, which she did the other day. I think she was really bored a week or so ago. I don't remember when that was. Yeah, I think if she wanted to watch me stream, she would probably just come in here and talk with me and just watch from here. I don't think she would watch it on her phone or TV or anything. She could be. She certainly could be. I mean, I definitely know she's subscribed to me because I see she'll be on YouTube on like our TV and I'm laying in bed doing something, you know, otherwise, and she starts scrolling through her subscription box on YouTube and I see my thumbnails pop up on there and I'm like, oh, hey, that's me. But, you know, I don't think she actually watches them. Because, I mean, to be fair, she likes Pokemon because I like Pokemon. Like, she likes Pokemon in the sense that, like, she supports me liking Pokemon, but she's never played any Pokemon game before, like, ever. In fact, I forget what I was doing. I might have been playing... What was I playing? I was doing something. And she came in and was watching me, and, I don't remember what she said, but she said something, and I was like, I'm playing Pokemon, and she's like, oh, that's Pokemon, and or that's a game, and I'm like, yeah, what'd you think it was? And anyways, yeah, she's never even watched someone play Pokemon before. She was like, oh, I didn't know that's actually how the games went. I didn't know that's how they were played. So I think I might have been in a battle or something. I think she didn't realize that there were like battles in the game or something. I can't remember exactly how it went, but she has no experience with the subject. Which is something I've thought about. I have exploited that situation, that fact before in the past. Because when I was, you know, making TikToks way back when, I think it was in 2020, so still pretty early on in our relationship, I found some Guess That Pokemon videos on YouTube. And I did I just recorded basically the screen of Guess That Pokemon, and I had her guess what the Pokemon were. It was pretty funny. I mean, the videos they did decently well on TikTok. But I have certainly thought about doing I don't think I would do a live stream. I don't think she would want to do that, but maybe sit down and record a video of like us playing Pokemon together and her like trying to play it for the first time. If I could get her to want to do that. She doesn't really care to be on camera, so I don't know if she'll be down for that or not. Yeah. let's see, how many have we seen recently? I guess what, we've gone like 80 encounters since I said the last thing, so it's been what, solid 320. Yeah, right? Am I doing the math right? 80 times 4, yeah, 320. So we're seeing a lot of Pokemon. We're really schmoving through the number of Pokemon that we're seeing, but man, we are just... It looks like we might be making another push for an over-odds hunt. It looks like that might unfortunately be on our horizon. How many resets have I done for Tepig? I don't know the total number of resets per se. I know the total number of encounters, which you could say like, oh, well, you just divide that. I mean, we're at 15,000 total encounters on Tepig right now. Like on the dot, we're at 15K. But I haven't always been resetting on the same number of consoles, so... You know, I've done 4 encounters at a time on screen, like we have here. I've done 3, I've done 2, like it's been all over the place, but yeah, I get in total number of encounters has been 15,000. Resets, not sure. I guess technically encounters are resets because it's like every game is reset for the like each encounter. So I guess you could say that it's been 15,000 resets in total across all the games. So I guess the nomenclature is the same no matter what. I just in my head like refer to it as different things. Like here I'm saying resets, but in the Tepig hunt I say encounters. It's interchangeable. But yeah. Long-winded way of answering your question right there. You could certainly feed a lot of people with the number of pigs I've seen. Certainly could. Ooh, 12,500. Yikes. So we are in the same boat. Yeah, something about that hunt. There's something about Tepig that just makes that hunt last a long time. I don't know what it is. Something about that little pig does not like to shine. Goodness me, come on now. Get comfortable. Just get situated. But yeah, I think I might do I think next week I'll do an entire week. Maybe an entire week, we'll see, of just cute charm glitch hunting. I might do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Just cute charm, try and fill out our Shiny Dex total number up there. Even more so than we have it. You know, by a lot. Obviously, we need a lot of shinies. But then on Friday next week, normally I do like legendaries as the Friday hunts. You know, like teeny. Oh, I know it's a mythical, not legendary, but we do Victini and this hunt right here on Fridays. But I think next Friday I might just do a big Tepic hunt. We'll see. I don't think I get, well, I guess I can't overly commit to something crazy because there's always the possibility I have to work next Friday. Because like my job's just at a position right now where like working overtime on Fridays is more likely, but we'll see. Because I was going to say like I might commit to doing like a longer hunt. Maybe we'll do like 6 hours or something. Not a full 12 like we did on New Year's Eve, but still a longer hunt to try and make it happen. Goodness, I'm just all sorts of uncomfortable right now. Like between my elbow messing with me, my back's always got a problem. I mean, let's try standing up. Maybe that'll help me out. Maybe I just need to stand up and move a little bit. Get comfy. Utilize this desk that I bought. Which I've certainly been using it more for standing than I had initially when I got it. Alrighty. Up and at 'em. Up and at 'em. Up and at 'em. Yeah. I don't know what I said right there. Alright, come on now. I want to see a shiny. I want to see a shiny today. Like, goodness. I just want to see a shiny. I am ready for a freaking full odd shiny to appear once more. This has been far too long. Ooh, nice. Started hunting for a 5% Giratina. Very cool. Are you doing like the chain fishing method? Is that what you're doing? I think I did that way back in the day. Back when X and Y first came out, I think I remember hunting down. I might have done both. Is there Dragonair as well in X and Y, or is it just Dratini? I don't know why I feel like I remember both. Maybe there's I don't remember, but yeah, I definitely did that hunt back in the day. Okay. Yeah, there was a point in time where I think I went a whole decade without shiny hunting. Like I did shiny hunting way back in 2014 and like actually I guess it might have mostly been in 2014, maybe 2014, 2015, say that. Did a lot of shiny hunting between X and Y and Oris, but then kind of fell out of that. Or well, I guess it really was when Sun and Moon came around is when I stopped playing X and Y and Oris very much. And then I didn't put all that much time in the Sun and Moon though. I don't know if I got a little bored of Pokemon at the time, but like I played all the games. I just wasn't really like super enthralled by them. I think I did one Ultra Wormhole shiny hunt in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I never did an SOS chain encounter hunt for anything. What did I get? I think I get a shiny Altaria through Ultra Wormhole. Either that or like Swellow. I can't remember. One, it's like a bird of some kind. Actually, no, never mind. It was a Grumpig. What am I? Maybe it was a Grumpig that I got through the Ultra Wormhole. I did like one shiny onto that, and I think that was the last time I really did any shiny hunts for close to a decade before starting this up. I would find the occasional random shiny when playing through games, and by occasional I mean like once every few years, but I was not hunting for anything. I mean, Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon aren't terrible games. Like, they're not the worst thing in the world. I do think they are very dialogue heavy, very hand-holdy, and can get a little annoying. I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are better games. Like, I think they are the better versions. Which, I mean, that makes sense. That's fair. You know, Crystal's the best version out of Gold and Silver. I don't know if I can really say Yellow is the best version from Generation 1. Like, what's going on? It's very different. I don't know. I don't know if I can say Yellow is the definitive version for Gen 1 games. But yeah, Crystal, Emerald, also 1,200 encounters. So we're at 4,800 total right now. Haven't been seen in terms of like total Pokemon. Yeah, you know, Crystal, Emerald, Platinum, even Black 2, White 2 were, I think, the definitive games of Black and White. It makes sense that when they release new versions of the games, even if they are different enough, they're still just overall better. Okay, I gotcha. I've certainly done that before. I have I have Legends Arceus that I bought on release day and I've never played through, so I certainly feel that. But yeah, playing through Ultra, I think I got Ultra Sun. I think I got Ultra, or I got Moon initially, and then I got Ultra Sun when that came out. Ultra Sun was the last time I played through a new Pokemon game, like, quickly, like, with haste, like, wanting to play through it. But also, I played through it really quickly, and then never... I think I beat the game, maybe I did one, like I said, or did I do that Ultra Wormhole, or English? Ultra Wormhole Hunt. Did I do that before I even beat the game? I don't remember. But yeah, I basically, I think I beat the Elite Four in Ultra Sun and then never turned the game back on. I think I just beat the game and I was like, okay, I'm done. And then never played Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. Picked up Sword on release day, played it for like a week, and then didn't touch it for a year, and then finally beat the game again. And yeah, BDSP, Legends Arceus, Scarlet Violet. Not really touched at all. Favorite Hisuian starter? I mean, it's probably Cyndaquil. I'm gonna go with Cyndaquil there. I would probably go Cyndaquil, then Oshawott, then Rowlet. I know it's blasphemy. I know people love Rowlet to death. People adore Rowlet, but I'm just not a grass type starter person, and Rowlet's, it's fine to me. You know, I think Decidueye is fairly cool, but I just like, I like Typhlosion and Samurott a little bit better. And then I like Hisuian Samurott, and related to regular Samurott. I think it looks really cool. I like the design, but I think Ghost Fire is just a really fun typing. I just really like Ghost Fire type. All right, I'm gonna throw off that reset right there. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I just realized I need to add that reset. We'll pause the timer real quick. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. All right. I wish Hisuian Samurott was the default shiny color. Yeah, shiny Hisuian Samurott is really nice. I do like the white. I don't know, maybe it's just because I know it as the shiny, but I do kind of feel like the white accents make sense to me as the shiny as opposed to the black for some reason. Oh. Threw off a reset there without not having the timer going. Whoopsie. Free reset on the house. Austin, what up, what up? How's it going? Good to see you. Welcome back. All right, come on. We got Cynthia's theme going on. This has got to be the perfect moment to get us a shiny. Specifically Giratina. Like, I don't know why Cynthia just resonates with Giratina more for me. Maybe it's because of the distortion world in Platinum. But this just feels like the moment to get a shiny right here. Come on now. But speaking of Giratina and themes, you know, we got the Cynthia theme. The I think it was what last Friday with the Victini hunt. I got my first copyright claim in the longest time. Like, when I first started streaming, I got like 2 or 3 copyright claims in the first like month. Ever since, nothing. Not had a single claim on anything. And then on the stream last Friday, I got a copyright claim for 10 seconds of a Giratina theme that I had playing on stream. I thought was super surprising. I don't know if it was because it was like a 10-second segment where I wasn't talking, so I don't know if that's how it was like able to be picked up, because it was like perfectly in between. Like I stopped talking, the theme played for a second in the background, and I started talking again. It was like that little segment they like claimed. Now I'm pretty sure it's all BS claims. Like I don't think it's actually Nintendo or someone from like being sent out by Nintendo to claim this stuff. I'm pretty sure it's just false claims that people can make. But like, I think the YouTube copyright system is just a whole mess with that kind of stuff, with false claims, and I feel like there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't really matter for me. Like, it's not a copyright strike, so I'm not like having any repercussions to my channel, and I don't make any money, so you know, it doesn't really matter. Just mute the 10-second segment and move on my merry way. Did I like look at my white weird or something? I might have. My right eye has got like, you know, when you look at a, like specifically the sun, you look at a bright light and you got something like stuck in your eye, like almost burned into it. Like I have a weird thing on my right eye right now like that. I don't know if I don't know what's going on here. It's weird. Trying to blink it away, but it's not leaving. Do some squats real quick. Not really a squat. It's kind of a squat down to get my knee and my hip to pop. Which it very, very much was effective. I don't know what that is. I'm not getting the best juju from this hunt. It's kind of, honestly, I'm getting the same feeling that I was getting, that I had with Tepig. Now, you know, Tepig's 15k deep. I didn't have this feeling with like Totodile, Cyndaquil, or Squirtle. I don't know what it was, what it is. It's like I'm getting bad vibes from this hunt. The aura is not there. I don't think that was the right use of the term aura, but I mean, I'm freaking ancient, so I don't know slang of the youth. I'm just trying to be cool, yo. What's up, my fellow youngsters? See, any fun, exciting news going on for anyone? Anyone have anything? I don't know where that sentence was going. I have no idea where I was going with that sentence. I started talking and I just kind of realized, I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm just going to stop. I really don't have a damn thing. Like, this weekend is going to be so incredibly just dull and chill for me. Like, I don't got a single plan. Since the Bills are not playing in the Super Bowl, lost to the freaking Chiefs. Yeah, if the Bills were playing in the Super Bowl this weekend, oh, I would certainly have plans. Oh man, we would be having a party and a half, that is for certain. But since they're not, I don't know. I don't even know if we're gonna watch the Super Bowl. I think Emily wants to boycott it, which I don't necessarily disagree. But Philadelphia Eagles do have a lot of Georgia players on their roster, specifically their defense. So kind of would like to see my Georgia boys give Patrick Mahomes a nice little looking. Specifically, like, we have 3 guys on the Eagles D-line that can get after the QB, and I would definitely like to see them get after Mahomes. And I like Jalen Hurts. I like his story. I like him from, you know, all the way back when he played at Alabama. I think he's a chill dude. I like Jalen Hurts. And then I think Saquon's a good dude. He seems like a nice guy. So I would much rather. I know people are people don't want the Eagles to win because the Eagles fan base is kind of trash, but I don't care for the Chiefs. I definitely don't care to see them be the first team ever to three-peat. Purely for the reason of being a Bills fan. Like, if I wasn't if I wasn't marrying into a family from Buffalo and wasn't, you know, adopted into being a Bills fan, I probably would actually be kind of amped for it. I'd be like, because there was a time where I liked Patrick Mahomes. You know, I don't dislike him. You know, obviously he's an incredible quarterback, but I just, as a Bills fan, I'm tired of them. I'm tired of losing to them, specifically in the postseason. But if I wasn't a Bills fan, I'd probably be excited to see them three-peat, but I no longer am. I'm like, I don't care for you. Yeah, I agree, Spice. I don't like the Chiefs. Especially not after this year. Like, this season in particular just feels like that would be just a slap in the face season for them to win. Because throughout the entire regular season, they just barely eked out so many victories. And then, like, so many of them weren't even like, oh, they were just barely better and they pulled out a win in the end. It was like some kind of BS, you know, went their way. It was like some bad call by the refs, or just, you know, the freaking first game of the season, the Ravens could have beat them, but Likely's toe was, you know, a millimeter out of bounds on the winning touchdown. So the Chiefs won instead of the Ravens. And then, like, they got lucky field goal blocks, or like just lucky fumbles, and like the entire season just felt like they didn't deserve to be winning the games that they were winning. Like, everything was just way too close. It was just, yeah. It just felt like such a fluky season, and for like a fluky season like that to turn into a Super Bowl would just be, it just feels like a slap in the face to like every other team in the league. The one nice thing is knowing that Josh Allen got the MVP. That was honestly unexpected. I really didn't think he was going to get it. I thought he deserved it. I really thought he should have gotten it, but I was expecting it to go to Lamar. And like, in reality, if Lamar hadn't won the MVP last season, I probably would be thinking like, okay, Lamar deserved it more this year than Josh from a number standpoint. Now, I do think that Josh Allen is infinitely more valuable to the Bills than Lamar is to the Ravens. Like, Lamar is great, don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic quarterback. But the Ravens are a really good team. They have a really good head coach. They don't need Lamar. The Bills need Josh Allen. Like, the Bills have great players around them. Like, I'm not diminishing any of the Bills players. They're good players. I like them. But like, through and through, Josh Allen carries the Bills. Like, he is just the epitome of Buffalo. And since Lamar won it last year, and like, I don't think he deserved to win it last year at all. Like, yeah, the Ravens were really good last year, but you know, if Lamar hadn't won it last year, I'd be like, okay, give it to Lamar this year. He had a great year. But since he won it last year, kind of unnecessarily, and also last year, he almost won it like unanimously, which is weird. Like, his season was like good, like fine last year, like above average, but he wasn't having like the most insanely phenomenal season ever last year, and he almost won it unanimously, which was really weird to me. And so because of that, I'm like, you know, I do think Josh Allen is more valuable to his team. And like, honestly, if Josh hadn't won it, it should have been Saquon. Like, Lamar's, like I said, great player and all that. But I think Well, it is tough to say. Like, Saquon also had just an insane season as well statistically, but the Eagles are honestly in a more stacked boat than the Ravens are. Like, the Eagles have an insanely stacked roster. Like, they have a really good overall team. But like, Saquon did have an insane season, so like, I don't know. I could definitely see an argument for Saquon being the MVP over Josh Allen. I don't know about Lamar. Like, yeah, Lamar had the numbers, but if you're going purely off of QB stats, Joe Burrow had a better season than Lamar too. Maybe, you know, he had more turnovers, but like, he had more passing yards, he had more TDs. Like, if we're just going purely off stats, then Joe Burrow should have been the MVP, you know, in terms of quarterbacks. But I think there's definitely an argument to be made for Saquon. But like I said, because the Eagles are so stacked, it's like, yeah, Saquon being insanely good definitely helped them this year, but I don't think they needed Saquon to be good. He put them, you know, at a much higher tier, but they didn't need him to be good. Goodness gracious. I just cannot get a shiny to save my life, can I? I doomed to never get another shiny. Another full odd shiny. I can't be spending 7 months on every full odd shiny hunt. Like, we gotta get, I mean, yeah, we got 3 really quickly, so I shouldn't really be complaining, but just one shiny hunt taking 3-4 plus months, you know, that really sets us back on completing this living dex. I'd never really done the math before, but I sat down and I was like, shoot, even if every single shiny took a month to get, like, which would be insane to get, like, you know, say we did all these 649 Pokemon as full odds hunts, like every single one of them was full odds or as close to full odds, or you maybe use Masuda method or whatever, but like, if every single Pokemon, every single 649 took on average a month to get, that'd be 649 months to complete the Shiny Living Dex. I don't know how many years is 649 months. It's a shitload of years to tell you. In fact, I think it's way more years than I would be alive for. 649 divided by 12. That's 40. That's 54 years. So I definitely hope to be alive in 54 years. I'll be pretty old. I'll be in my 80s, but like, I ain't gonna be doing this in my 80s, I can tell you that. So we certainly cannot afford a lot of these hunts to take too long. Man. Yeah, certainly if I wanted to do this as a full odds hunt or anywhere close to that, I might need someone to take over for me. That is true. That's very true. But no, I don't think it'll take that long. It's not going to take 50 years, obviously, to complete the Shiny Living Dex. With all the cute Charm Glitch Pokemon that we can get, and we have we have a bunch of Masuda Method Pokemon, so that should not take nearly as long as resetting for these full odd ones. And yeah, we have a decent number of full odds Pokemon we gotta find, but I think if I remain diligent, this should probably be, I think it's still a long time. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this will probably be like a 5-year endeavor. Like, really doing all this. Now, if we get insanely lucky, it could obviously be shorter, but I think 5 years is probably likely. I mean, shoot, we're over halfway to our first year. Like, we've been going at this for almost 8 months now, right? Something like that. 7-8 months. And yeah, we're not even, we're barely a tenth of the way through, so, or we're a little over a tenth of the way, I should say. And I might have to start doing some shiny hunts offline. It would mainly be like boring hunts that I would do, but unfortunately I don't think I can afford to do every single hunt on stream like I wanted. Some of the less interesting Pokemon. Yeah, there's a reason why Cute Charm Glitch I'm using for a lot of Pokemon. But like some of the, Pokemon like, today I caught a Maractus. I'm playing through my copy of Black 2 right now, trying to work on completing the national dex in that game, so whenever we get to the point I can get the shiny charm and we can start Masuda method hunting in there. But like basically all the generation 5 Pokemon have to be hunted in like a full odds way, or like Masuda method, or some way or another that'll be kind of long, and then not all of them are interesting, like Maractus. I probably won't stream myself Masuda method hunting, breeding for a shiny Maractus. That'll probably be something I do in my free time off stream, and then we focus stream on the more interesting hunts. I was very idealistic when I started this whole Shiny Living Dex journey. I was like, thinking I'd do all these different Pokemon at full odds hunts and would stream everything, but it is not looking likely. It is not looking likely that I'll be able to do that. I'm going to have to make some concessions and start doing things a little differently. Okay, I'm gonna sit back down. Come back down to earth. All right, wow, I just realized it's almost been 2 hours. Goodness. Time has flown by, and yet, do I got a shiny? No, I do not. I really don't, like, the first time I streamed this hunt, I got like 500 resets in. No, I guess I didn't. Actually, never mind. I got like 250, so never mind on that. I don't know why I thought I got 500. I guess we're kind of on pace for that. We're more on pace for like 300, but I guess these resets are not the quickest thing in the world. You gotta sit through a little bit of open credits to go away, and then you gotta do all the walking and talking and wait for the Pokemon to appear and go through their little animations. Arceus takes forever. Sometimes I forget to press A on Arceus and it takes even longer. Team Aqua, Team Magma. Magma. What is that? Is that Austin Powers? Is that Dr. Evil? Liquid Magma. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Any of the Austin Powers movies. It's been a minute since I've seen any of those. Thinking about it, those are probably movies that haven't probably haven't aged the best in terms of the humor and the things that are depicted. They're probably some of those movies that the jokes maybe haven't aged with time very well. Except for the little hallway scene, that one when he's in the I don't know what it is, golf cart or whatever you want to call it, utility cart. He's in the super thin hallway and he's having to try and turn the golf cart around, but it's barely bigger than the size of the cart, so he's going back an inch and then moving, going forward an inch and back an inch, and no, that's pretty funny. Not gonna lie, that's kind of funny. Okay, you are the closest DS to me. How are you not receiving the signal? What is going on? How are the other three fine with the one immediately by me? You just slacking on the job today. You're just not feeling it, are you? Oh, goodness me. Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. Last night was one of those weird nights where I got a lot of sleep. I felt like I slept well. I might have woken up once in the middle of the night. And it's purely because Leo woke me up. And yet after getting 8 something hours of sleep, sleeping pretty well through the night, I think I woke up more tired this morning than the last 2 days where I woke up for work at 6 a.m. and gotten 5 to 6 hours of sleep the night before. I think I felt more tired this morning after getting what's supposed to be a good night's sleep. So Where does that sense? Where does that come from? I woke up this morning feeling like if I can talk. I woke up this morning feeling like I got hit by a bus. But then yesterday morning, after like 5 hours of sleep, I felt great. I woke up and I was refreshed, good to go. I was like ready to tackle the day. I don't know how that works. Maybe I'll try and get less sleep tonight, and maybe I'll wake up feeling better tomorrow. Also, like, I didn't wake up to an alarm clock this morning. I think I just naturally woke up this morning. I feel like you're supposed to feel your most rested when you just naturally awaken on your own. No. That was not the case for me today. Also could be due to the fact I think my alarm clock just wakes me up with adrenaline. That could be another factor. I think when my alarm clock goes off, it sends my body into like fight or flight. Like triggers me. Just elevates my heart rate, instantly awake. Because it's like, fuck, I gotta wake up now. Oh. I was pressing B right there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave these at a little pause right here. And right here on the 1 hour mark on the dot, there we go. Couldn't get it all the way down to full zeros, but that's close enough. We're going to take a tiny little break, tiny little detour. It's not really a break. I'm sticking right here, but we're going to take a little detour from doing the legendary hunt right here. And we're going to move over to doing another tier list. We already did our shiny starter Pokemon tier list. So today we got the shiny mythicals on deck. We are going to be rating all of the shiny Pokemon that are classified as mythicals, you know, subset of legendaries, whatever you want to call them. They are these Pokemon. I can't, what is it 16 or 19 total Pokemon? Something like that. Maybe another number I can't remember off the top of my head. But where do I begin? I guess for anyone that hasn't seen this, I'll just quickly run over the tiering options that we have. So the bottom of the barrel, the absolute lowest tier is the Goldango tier. This is for Pokemon whose shinies barely change from the regular. It's like, what are we doing here? There's like no change. What's going on? Next to the bottom, why is it green? This is for those green shinies that just look really freaking bad. Like, you take a great Pokemon like Dragonite and you make it green, and it's like, this, why is it green? I don't like this. Next up, right below the middle tier, we got Water for Dogs, aka Dog Water. This is really just the tier for any shinies that do make a change, but I just don't really like them. Then we got, I mean, it's all right. It is middle of the road. It is just fine. Don't hate it, don't love it. It's mid. Then we got, hey, that's pretty good. These are for the solid shinies. Like, these things are passably good. You know, you look at them, you're like, nice. Then we got Good Soup. These are for your shinies. I forgot to do that. We got Good Soup. These are for your shinies that just leave you coming back wanting more. These are nice shinies. A good meal will leave you satisfied. And then the final tier, the tippy top, the cream of the crop, we got Calf Lifting Mjolnir. These are the shinies that have you jumping up and down, screaming and hollering because they're damn good. And with that, I will start actually tiering them. So I got to level with everyone. I'm in a little bit of like, I'm going to be making this into a YouTube video after the stream. So I'm like trying to collect myself and try and like work through this in like a good cohesive way that'll like scrap up into, you know, cut up into a good video. But yeah, anyway, so if I'm a little awkward at spots or like there's weird dead spaces because I'm trying to like collect myself as we go moving forward. Anyways, let's get started with this. So first up on the docket, it is the OG Mythical, the first one to ever grace our lives, the mysterious Mew, the Pokemon that has had us all entranced way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. How do you get it? Is it under the truck? Where is this Pokemon? And it is an absolutely gorgeous baby blue, one of my favorite shiny colors out there. I adore shiny Mew. We're starting off with a bang. This is a freaking good shiny. This is a top tier shiny. There's really nothing more to say. Find me someone that doesn't like shiny Mew, and you know, I'll know we got a hipster on our hands. But next up, we got shiny Celebi, the nice little purple pink onion fairy with a little green antennae. This is a really nice shiny. I really like shiny Celebi. I like the green to pink. It just works. It kind of looks like a red onion. So, I mean, you got that working for it. I'm failing to find words here. I don't think it is quite, you know, the epitome of shinies. I think it's really nice. I think it is a solid, good soup option. So I gotta square myself up a little better. Because the tier list is over here. My OBS, normally I'm looking at OBS over here, but now I got my tier list over here. So I'm like, looking in a different direction than normal. So okay, and I just screwed up Dragonite real good. Now he don't want to, come on, your little foot through there better so you can sit up more. Okay, what is going on? Why are you not cooperating? Okay, pull you down some, get out of my face. Our next mythical on the board is Giratina, our little resident wishmaker. It's not like the world's biggest change in shiny. Its body gets a little hue, little tint of red, and then the tassels, they're normally blue, right? Am I misremembering? The tassels are not normally red. They're blue, correct? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Trying to think in my head of visualize what regular Giratina looks like. This is another solid shiny. A real shocker, this list of mythicals, we're going to have mostly good shinies. There are a couple here, but mostly these are going to be really good shinies. And so this is another good soup shiny. It might not be the cream of the crop at the very top, but I still really like shiny Giratina. It looks great. And then next up, our second mythical from Generation 3. Generation 3, the first generation to have multiple mythicals as a part of it. We got Deoxys. Normally, I would not be the biggest fan of yellow. Not gonna lie to you, yellow is not one of my favorite colors out there, but I think it really works with Deoxys. I just think it fits the blue changing to kind of a greenish blue. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's quite good soup for me. It could just be purely because I'm not a big fan of the color yellow, but I think it's surprisingly good. I'm actually rethinking it for a second. Is that, am I being biased against the color yellow? Is it actually better than I'm giving it credit for? It's because like I kind of weigh it versus the regular in terms of like which one do I prefer, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I do prefer regular Deoxys over shiny. Red and blue is just a classic color scheme. Red is my favorite color, so I do think I'll leave it in. That's pretty good. I won't put it up in good soup. Now moving into Generation 4, we got Fion and Manaphy. They're the same exact shinies. They go from the same color before to the same shiny color. I'm really tempted to put this in Goldango tier. Not gonna lie, like it is not the world's biggest change. You know, looking at your screen right now, you might not even think I have shiny Manaphy or Fion in the actual tier list. Is that dull of a shiny change? But it's honestly not that bad though. It's the weirdest thing. Like it's tough. Like it feels like they should go in Goldango tier, but I think I might just make them all right. It could be because they are a water type Pokemon, and so by staying blue, it just doesn't feel like a traitorous sin to keep them as blue. I don't know. That one's tough. Because it's like, I don't dislike them for being basically the same color, which is weird. Normally I hate it, but I think they're fine actually. Although the more I look at it, Fiona is actually a less of a change than Manaphy. Like, Manaphy I can actually kind of tell is shiny. Fiona, not as much. Fiona actually might drop into Goldango. That could be biased towards the fact that Fiona's one of the most forgettable and kind of worst Pokemon out there. I'm sorry, Fiona. I think I got to drop you down. We're going to put you in Goldango tier, but Manaphy gets a pass. I think it's a good enough change that you get to... Oh, you startled the living daylights out of me. I was not expecting the door to open. Hi, Little Lee. What's the matter, buddy? You want to come say hi? Really? Friday? You can go to bed at 9 o'clock? Alright, well, are you gonna go back with Mama? You gonna get in bed? Or are you just gonna sit there? Okay, you're gonna stay in here? That's fine. Alright. I was in the zone on the tier list, and my door, whenever it opens, it makes this little, like, popping noise. It's like the paint of the door and the door frame, like, stick to each other a little bit. So every time it gets open and I'm just, like, completely zoned in on something, the little pop, like, makes me jump. Was not expecting that. Anyways, moving on, we got Darkrai now, the next mythical from Generation 4. And Darkrai, that's another damn good freaking shiny right there. Like the purple, like the rest of the body obviously doesn't change all that much. The little, I don't know, is that its mouth? Is the thing around Darkrai's collar, the red thing, its mouth? I don't really know. It does go from a red to kind of a pinkish, as far as I can tell from the small sprite way over here. But then the purple body, like it just, that's just a really good freaking shiny. Like Darkrai is a really damn cool looking Pokemon. You would think going from red and black, my favorite color scheme, to anything else would be disappointing. But that shiny looks fantastic. And yeah, that is an obvious top tier shiny. Moving on to Shaman, however, our fourth Generation 4 mythical. Good lord, they really started piling on the mythicals in these later games. I'm in between putting Shaman and I mean it's alright and hey, that's pretty good. It's not the world's biggest change. I do kind of like the minty green look of it. But I think that's really the only change to it, right? The body still pretty much stays white. Dragonite, you're actually in the way. I'm going to pull you down for a second. I really think that the green is the only thing that really changes. But it changes enough, and it's a nice color of green. I don't hate it. I think I'm just going to say it's all right. I think some people might disagree with me on that one. I think that's just all right, though, in my book. And now for the big boy Arceus, the big yellow lad. What was that? No notification there. Okay, what is going on? The big yellow lad who we are in fact hunting for today, who we would like to see shine. This one's a tough one. But the opposite direction, I'm trying to decide, is this one just alright, or is it kind of dog water? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of the shiny. Kind of like I said with Deoxys, I'm not a big yellow person. The body just going from white to yellow and the little, what do you call that thing around its midsection? I don't know. People always joke it looks like a llama stuck in a fence. But the fence going around Arceus' midsection, I think it would have been, if that thing had changed like a silver, if Arceus had been yellow with a silver fence around it, I think I wouldn't have minded so much, the change to yellow, but I think because the thing stays gold, I'm actually going to say it's not I don't think it's a very good shiny, to be honest. I think it's kind of lackluster for Pokemon's god, of a lackluster shiny to have for the Pokemon god. Let's get situated to move forward into Generation 5, which again has a dang large number of mythicals, starting with Victini, the only Pokemon now from Generation 5, I believe. I think Keldeo Shiny's been released at some point or another. Victini, though, I know for a fact, it's still not officially out there. Like, Victini's shiny is just locked away. We have never received it. It seems like it'll be coming very soon because we've gotten a number of shinies recently that have not come out, you know, over the years, like Meloetta. But shiny Victini is very much good soup. The white and red just goes together really well. It's not the world's actually okay. It is a pretty big change actually. The entirety of its body basically goes from a tannish to a white. The red on top really pops. Like it goes from like I wouldn't say a duller red, but a more dark red, and then becomes really bright. Honestly, is that a top tier shiny? Is that even higher than good soup? Nah, I think that's a good soup. I think I gotta stick with my guts and just leave that right there. Let's see. Moving on to Keldeo. Is this the time I do it? Is this the first time and maybe the only time for this list right here? I gotta say, even though I'm not normally a fan of green shinies, I don't think it deserves to be thrown into the why is it green tier. I actually don't hate it as a green shiny. I don't hate it. But even still, I don't love it. I think it's just alright. The green works for Keldeo, but I'm not in love with it. It's just fine. Now for the first form of Meloetta, what is this? Does this form have a name, or is it just regular Meloetta and then pirouette form? I have no clue what base Meloetta is called. Maybe nothing. Maybe it's just Meloetta. That is 1000% a Goldango tier right there. Like, nothing about that shiny changes, other than the hair getting like ever so slightly lighter green. Like, it's basically the same, honestly. Kind of thinking about it, it's basically the same thing as Shaman Sky, like, or Shaman in general. The change is not very big. Kind of making me think I should put Shaman in the Goldango tier. But I'm gonna leave it as is. Meloetta is 100% a Goldango tier though. Like, it just, there's no change. Why not do something a little bit different, a little bit better? Because I mean, pirouette form actually has a nice shiny. It goes from the like orangish, reddish, I think it's more like an orangish little top hat thingy. The music note thing is kind of spiraled up there. It goes from an orange to pink. I actually think it's a pretty good shiny. I don't think it's quite good soup. You know, it's not like blowing my mind. I think it's nice. I think it's very pleasant to look at. But now for the big guns. You already know Genesect is going up there. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it. We're going to order just the top tier of shinies. All of these are not in any particular order within their tiers. I will tier the top of the top though. Come on. Move out of the way, Mew. Get out of the way. Genesect's number one. I'm biased towards red. I love the color red. I love all red shinies. It just works with Genesect so well. That is a top tier, incredible shiny. There's really not much more to say about it. But after that incredible shiny, we then move on to Diancie. Forgot its name for a second. That's kind of how forgettable Diancie is. Like, it's honestly a pretty forgettable. A lot of these mythicals moving forward, specifically the Generation 6 mythicals, kind of forgettable, not gonna lie. Diancie, I don't think it's very good, to be honest. I don't really like it. It's enough of a change from regular Diancie to not fall into Goldango tier. I still don't think it's very good. It's just kind of looks like a rock. Does the body of it even, I guess the body does change, the like rock changes colors. But does the pink little shirt thing, does that actually change color? Really don't know. But I think I got to stick with my guns. I'm going to say, because this is kind of a first instinct reaction, not going to lie. Like when I look at the shiny, how do I feel about it off, you know, first impressions? I just don't think it's very good, to be honest. Mega Diancie though, something about it, like, I mean, it's so weird because it's basically the same shiny, so it's like, how can you feel any differently about Mega Diancie versus regular Diancie? But there's like, I don't know if it's just the little ribbons that are flowing down that add something to it. I don't know if it's the chandelier bottom that I kind of like, but and when I say I like it enough for it not to be like a bad shiny. I think it's a fine shiny. I don't love it, but I don't think it's bad. Even though it's basically the same shiny as regular Diancie, but, you know, whatever. Are you back, little Leo? You come back to say hello? Here. Since you're a little golden boy, come here. Come here, Leo. Why do you do this, huh? Why do you do this? Come here. Come here, baby boy. Come here. Hello. Okay. So, since you are a little baby golden boy, I think it is only fitting that you hang out with us on stream. Hang out and tier the golden shinies. How about that, buddy? You just gonna keep licking me? Okay. It's kind of hard to talk and do this while you're trying to lick me. But yeah, next up we got the, okay, maybe he doesn't want to be up here. He's freaking out. Just give me 1 second, little Leo. Calm down, okay? Calm down. Just chill out. We're gonna tier the Hoopa forms. Now, they're basically the same shinies. I'm honestly not sure why I put them both on here, but they're golden. I like golden shinies. Okay, he's freaking out. You go. He's weird. He doesn't like being held for some reason. Ryder loves it. Leo's kind of like, I don't know, he's too spazzy to be held. But the golden shinies of Hoopa and Hoopa Unbound, I think they're both good soup. Again, I don't really know why I put both of them on here. They're basically the same shiny, but it kind of same thing for Diancie. I don't know why I put both of them on there, but clearly there was a reason for me to put both the Diancies on here because I have different opinions about them. Both Hoopas are incredible. You know, golden shinies are just generally pretty damn nice. They're enjoyable to look at. Like, shoot, golden shinies make Kricketot really cool. So, you know, and for a little mischievous hoop bearing boy, yeah, it works out. Sometimes I don't really know where I'm going with what I'm saying or like my explanations. Things just kind of like spill out, and we're here all the same. Volcanion has the worst shiny I think I might have ever seen. I do not like. I dislike shiny Volcanion so much. I wish there was another tier below Water for Dogs. I don't like it at all. It looks gross. I don't like the colors. Like I said, yellow, not my thing really. But the pink little accents and like the light blue, it just doesn't work. They just don't work for me. Gives me the ick. I don't like it. Let's see what, I guess, which one of these forms is like the regular? I think it's this form is the regular form. I think this is regular Magearna shiny. It does change enough, but like, they kind of just removed the little like yellowish accents along the bottom of the body to make it silver again. Not really a fan of it. I don't like it. Like, does it make sense? Maybe, but I'm still not a fan. Like, just taking away the little yellow accents and then just leaving the rest of it, you know, silver as it is. Just not for me. The Pokeball, the like red Pokeball version of Magearna though, which was that ever released? Is that even an official thing? Like, I don't even know where that came from. It's just a thing that exists. But it does have its own shiny too. And it's a black Pokeball. That's a good soup shiny right there. That's pretty damn cool. Like, I don't know how you get the Pokeball Magearna, how you get it shiny. Maybe it's shiny locked. It probably is. I wish it was a real thing though, because I would actually like to have that. That is a cool shiny. I'm hyping it up so much. It might actually be a... I think it has to stay a good soup though, because I think it is unreleased. So, oh, excuse me, just let out a big old burp. My bad. This one breaks my heart because Marshadow is such a cool Pokemon. I love its design. I love its gimmick. But like, It's obviously, it is quite literally Goldango tier through and through. It might be even worse than Goldango because you can only see the shiny change when it attacks. When it's just standing there, you have no clue if it's shiny or not. It has to like do stuff for you to see that like its little green accents become like purple. Now when you can see the purple accents, they're pretty nice, and I would say it's a pretty good shiny. But since like in this just base form, you can't even tell if it's shiny. It's obviously Goldango tier. Now Zeraora, this is a Pokemon that I've just never really had much of an opinion on. It just kind of exists. Oh, okay. Uno momento. All right, I'm back. Where were we? We talking about Zeraora. That's right. Zeraora with the all white. It's not all white. The yellow changes the white. I've never really had much an opinion on this Pokemon. It kind of just appeared and was like, oh, I guess that's a pretty cool design, but like, how do you get it? Well, like, it's just kind of been like an under the radar Pokemon. Same with Zarude, like, and Pecharunt, but Pecharunt's because like I've never played Scarlet Violet. Zarude and Zeraora just kind of seemed like they were just like thrown out there, and that was it. It's just like, okay, these Pokemon exist. But Zeraora Shiny is very nice. I do rather enjoy the change from the yellow to the white, because it kind of still has that lightning feel, you know, like lightning bolts. You know, they're really yellow, or white, not yellow. At least from what you can visually see. I don't know if they're technically, I'm not, okay. I'm just gonna stick with it. Lightning bolts are white. If I'm wrong, whatever. I think it's a good shiny. I think it looks pretty cool. Now for Meltan and Melmetal, I don't have any experience with these Pokemon because I never played Pokemon Go enough at all when they came out to get them. I think I used Melmetal once or twice in Showdown, like random battles. But I at least know more about them. Like, I think Melmetal's a cool Pokemon, but the shinies they're almost Goldango tier. They do have the little like tail, which goes from like a red to a blue. So I don't think they're great shinies, but I don't think they quite fall into Goldango tier. Really, the only change they have is their little tail goes from red to blue, and the like, you know, little hex nut for the face and around the body of Melmetal just goes from like a goldish color to like a bronze. So I would kind of like to see a little bit more change. I understand some of these Pokemon, they don't want to change the like, it's kind of like with Goldango. What was that noise? It sounded like a Super Mario like going through a pipe thing. I do not remember having that that song in my playlist. Okay. That really took me off guard. I was like, what was that? Yeah, I would like to see a bit more change. I understand why they keep the bodies the like metallic silver, but I would like to see a little bit more. Now Zarude. Zarude is also a Pokemon that just doesn't have a very good shiny. I think they really started going downhill with the shinies towards the latter half of, well, I guess I can't really say that. They started off really strong. They had some pretty good ones mixed in, but like I think in general the later half of the mythical shinies have not been as good as the beginning half. But yeah, Zarude's only change is like it gets that little like tan vest thing on its chest. The rest of it completely the same. It just gets that little like weird tan thing. I don't like it. It just looks weird. It doesn't look natural. Just not a fan. And then finally we got Pecharunt, and honestly Pecharunt kind of has the same deal. The rest of the body, exactly the same. It gets this weird little like tan thing around part of it. I think that's another not very good shiny. I think the shinies on the mythicals as of late kind of dropped the ball. But man, those ones at the top, those are, yeah. Those are pretty damn good. I don't know where I'm going with this right now, but that's it. That is all the shiny mythicals ranked right there. Did not take nearly as long as the starters. Overall, yeah, the latter half really started disappointing. But in terms of the top tier, like I said, we would order out the ones at the very top. Genesect obviously stays number one. Fantastic shiny. I think they're already in order, to be honest. Genesect, Mew, Darkrai. Those are my top three. Shoot, might as well order the next tier. Why not? There's so few of them. I think Jirachi has the best shiny. Actually, I gotta be honest, actually. I think this Pokeball Magirna is really freaking cool. I think that might be the best shiny in this good soup tier. Then Jirachi. Then I would give it to Victini. Then Celebi. Yeah, then the Hoopas, and then Zeraora. I think that is a fair ranking of them amongst each other. As for the rest of them, I guess we can rank, I'll say Pirouette, Meloetta is better than Deoxys to me. The rest of them doesn't really matter. They can just stay in whatever order. But yeah, those are my my ratings and my top favorite shiny mythical Pokemon. Now we go back to shiny hunting. All right, oh, and my DS started dying in the time that we were doing that. So let's minimize you, get you out of the way, get back on our shiny grind for these legends. I'll turn this thing off real quick and grab my other DS to be our controller. Alright, once we get this up and loaded, I will start our timer again, and we will have one final hour to grab us one of these shiny legends. I guess one mythical. They're all legends. I don't really care. I agree with the sentiment that mythicals are just a subsection of legendaries, so they're all legendaries, it's just some of them are called mythicals. Oh man, my nose just got really itchy. Dragonite back up into his place. Oh, excuse me. But that shiny mythical tier list will be a lot easier. Not that the starter one was all that difficult to cut up into a video. It will certainly take a lot less time. A lot less to comb through there with that footage. I honestly didn't realize how disappointing the latter half of shiny mythicals have been. Because I really thought that the whole list was just going to be like top tier. Like when I was even grabbing all the shinies from Bulbapedia, I was like, oh wow, these are all really good. I didn't honestly stop to think about how good are they actually. I think I was drawn into the allure of the Mews and the Genesects and the Darkrai's. I was like, oh man, here's some banger shinies. I cannot say that I have too much more on the brain to talk about, unfortunately. Just not a lot going on for me right now is the thing. Like, I don't really have much to speak on. It's just been kind of a boring grind of work and just, I don't know, doing nothing. I wouldn't say I've been doing nothing. I have been working on progressing this Shiny Living Dex stuff in the capacities that I can. You know, I'm trying to clear out Black 2 and eventually White 2. I'm trying to finish up the Pokedex as much as I can. Really, the Unova portion of the Pokedex, and then whatever Pokemon that I'm not going to be shiny hunting, or cute charm glitch hunting, I should say. So I've been kind of working. I've been working on that a lot in the background the last week or so. Also been working on my spreadsheet to get this thing. Oh my god. What just fell down over there? Scared. Something just fell down in my bookshelf. Goodness. Well, that was interesting. My Pokemon manga, Pokemon Adventures manga, I blanked on what it was called. Pokemon Adventures manga just fell over that I have propped up over there. Oh, weird. Really like this thing. Big fan of Suicune, big fan of Pokemon Crystal. So when I saw this, I was like, yo, that is sick. I gotta pick that up. Got a nice little mural in the back there. Should probably take the price tag off. I love the art style is really nice. I think it's really cool. Yeah, nice little collector's edition. I have not actually read this, but I mean, probably should. I'll leave you over here for now. I'm not going to try propping you back up just yet. That has never happened before. Like I have those manga books just sitting over there. They kind of like spread open a little bit, just sitting down, but they're pretty damn thick. It's like they generally are just chilling over there. I don't know how that fell over. I don't know if there's like a little draft coming in here. Maybe the draft coming from my AC vent over there somehow affected it and knocked it over. It was just interesting. Which I've been telling myself that I'm going to read that Pokemon Adventures manga for the longest time, because I have a lot of different manga books is the thing for Pokemon Adventures. Like I have a couple of those collector's books. I also have a little box set of a bunch of different manga books that are from the first like 2 generations of manga. They have like posters in them and stuff. I still have those sealed, actually. I haven't even opened those. I keep telling myself I'm going to read all sorts of different things, and I have not gotten back into reading like I want to. Well, I guess I don't want to do it that badly because I'm not doing it, but idealistically, I would like to at some point get back into reading. This is like, I have all my Percy Jackson books just sitting right here next to me on the floor. I've had these things here for, I don't know, 6 months now. Maybe not that long, 2 or 3 months. Because I've been like, oh, I'm going to read these again. You know, I loved this book series growing up. I kind of forget a lot about it. You know, I want to read them. They've just been sitting there. I haven't actually gotten to read them. And it's not just the OG 5 Percy Jackson books. I also have the 5 Heroes of Olympus as well that I want to read. Specifically for those, I want to read them because I never actually finished the final book. I read the 4 that came out while I was in high school. Loved them. They're freaking good books. The 5th one came out my freshman year of college. I read like half the book and never finished it. No clue why. Just got too busy doing other stuff, I guess. I would like to reread that series at some point. I also own all the Game of Thrones books. I don't know where they went, to be honest. They gotta be in here somewhere. I don't know if they're in storage somewhere else or I don't know, a closet. Maybe they're up there on the shelf in the closet. But I read the first Game of Thrones book and then like a quarter to a third of the second one, and then again dropped it, never finished them. Which is kind of funny because like the one book that I read from Game of Thrones, the first one, it's basically the same thing as the show. Like there's not really much deviation between the first book and the show. But like the rest of the books do deviate from the show a lot. So like those are probably the ones that I should be reading or should have read, but oh well. Maybe I'll get around to those eventually too. It'll forever be a crying shame what happened to Game of Thrones. Although, in terms of like hater level, I am not the biggest hater of the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. They have grown, like when they first aired, I actually didn't mind them that much. I was like, they weren't great, but like they had moments, you know, I enjoyed watching them during the season, but like as time went on after the show, as I had time to process what happened, and realized just how much was dropped at the end, I was like, you know what? These kind of stink. But I'm certainly not someone who's like, oh my god, the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones are the worst thing ever created. They make the show instantly horrifically bad. Like, you know, can never watch it again. I mean, I have. I admittedly, when I did finally rewatch the show, because like before the last season, I had rewatched Game of Thrones every year for like 4 years straight. But after that last season, I don't think I watched it for 3 years. And then finally sat down to watch it again. I got through the end of season 7. I think I got halfway into the first episode of season 8 and was like, nope, can't do it. I can't watch this season. I just can't. Like, do I think it's the worst thing in the world? No. Do I still dislike it enough to not watch it? Yeah, it is not a great ending. It really is disappointing. Like season 7, for all its flaws too, like not a great season, it's still a lot, it's much better than season 8. Like season 8, wow, that's bad. We got another gear. Oh, I was thinking we had a Giratina remix one earlier. No, we did not. We had the Cynthia remix one earlier. But I was saying we should get the shiny too. But now this one would obviously be much more incredibly fitting since it is actually Giratina's theme. Although I think this is the one that got me copyright claimed on the last video, so we'll see if that persists again. Will I get this Giratina remix copyright claimed? Because I think the so like the first ever copyright claim I got was for one song. Well, actually, maybe there were 2 before that. I did get copyright claim. Blah, 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 blah. I got copyright claimed for the same song like 2 streams in a row way back when. So I took that song out of the rotation. Interesting to see if Giratina gets caught like that again. I'll take that one out. I'll take that one out. It would be a shame because Giratina's theme is really freaking good. But unfortunately, the copyright claim spammers probably do go after the more iconic themes because they're just more easily recognizable. They're also more likely to be used. It's probably safer to use the lesser known and just kind of more mellow themes. Although the one theme that I did have get copyright claimed twice, that one was like Snow Point City or something, or like a route. It wasn't like the most well-known theme. I guess was it Snow Point City? I don't know. It was like wintery related. It was like, I don't know, the thumbnail for the video was like dawn and winter attire, but it's kind of just how she's dressed up in platinum. But anyways, it said the copyright claim was like, oh, this is for Cynthia's theme. Like this little melody is like Cynthia's theme. And it's like, well, it's not. This is like supposed to be a route theme. I don't know if the remix from Zane, they like utilized portions of Cynthia's theme to like remix it or something. I just thought it was a little weird. Nope. The one up there in the top right started going through the battle. So I really don't know what happened with YouTube and like my streams, but lately the streams are just not being put out there, or like, I don't, it's just so weird. In the last like month to 2 months, like for some reason during stream, it just doesn't seem like it's getting like pushed out like it was before. I don't know what it is. It's just weird. It's like when I first started streaming, like I had, 200 less subscribers. It was, like the very first time I streamed looking for Tepig, I got like, during the course of the stream, I don't know, 100 something views like that. Not groundbreaking by any means, but like, it was pretty solid, especially for like my first stream ever. And then it seemingly was like, building up, doing better. Things were, was going pretty well. We did some, really good engagement. But all of a sudden, the last like month or two, I'm like not even getting close to that. Like most streams are like maybe getting 30-ish during the stream. It just seems like streams aren't getting pushed out, or maybe they are getting pushed out and people just aren't watching them. And that's why then YouTube subsequently is like, well, I guess it's not something worth pushing out. So who knows? I get in my head about that kind of stuff. I'm like, what do I need to change to make that better? But I never really know what the answer is. It unfortunately kind of feels like for me at this point, it's like Tepig or bust. If I'm streaming Tepig, things seem to be, kind of get back to on track. If I try and stream anything else, it's just kind of like, well, the interest isn't quite there like it is for Tepig. So I guess makes sense. We have been on the Tepig hunt for 7 months now. A lot more people are invested in that than any other hunt. Getting warm in here is the thing. I'm getting real toasty. Oh, did not mean to press that. Trying to press. I don't know. I don't even know why I was clicking B. Like, I never click B during this reset. I'm like, wow. I don't know what was that about. Some weird reflex just kicking right there. Oh, I just looked up at the screen. I was like, where'd Giratina go? I was like, did I knock it out? No, I must have used is it Phantom Force? Shadow Force? Shadow Force? I don't remember which one it is that it's like a 2-turn move and makes it untargetable. I just looked over like, where's Giratina? What's going on over there? Do you know you have a shiny Giratina? I did not know that. I wonder why that is. I wonder what's up with that there. Is that the move that it like kind of disappears and then like goes into this little like rift in space and it like opens up and comes out again? Something like that. I wonder if it has something to do with that. All right, I think this is going to be the last reset for the stream. I know I have 30 more minutes on the timer going right now, but to be honest, I'm just bored. Like, to be frank, I'm just kind of bored. I don't really feel like sitting here for 30 more minutes just with not really much going on other than the resets. I'm just kind of bored. So can we get a shiny right here right now? If not, I mean, I'm gonna call it quits on the day because this is just, yeah, I'm just getting a little bored. All right, well, that'll do it for the stream. We got to a clean 1300 resets. I think that's a fine place to stop off. I'm going to go ahead and cancel you there. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Always appreciated. We'll see y'all on Monday.